What's good, everybody? This is Whitewolf 503 coming at you with episode, let me see here, 13 of the Would You Rather series. I am here. I'll let him introduce himself.
On Fire 53.
Yeah, I figured I like doing this with people, like with having people on the show. I like doing that better than doing it by myself. So probably for the rest of the series, I'm gonna try to have a different person each week. That way, it's more fun when more than other people are answering than just me. So the first one comes from DJ MMT at Game Changer Doc. Would you rather do a co-op run of a game with your sister or your mom? Both suck at video games. I can't really do this because I don't have a sister. Um,
I can partially do it because I have a half sister,
okay, well, I'll let you answer it then.
but I mean, to be honest, it's like it's the same skill set. So would you want to play it with your mom, who's going to be like, "Don't cuss when you die" or whatever not,
Yeah.
or your sister, who's going to probably just punch you in the arm, and then you scream at her and then yell at her. Uh, It'd probably be more fun playing with your sister than your mom.
Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking too. Cause I messaged him on Twitter, and was like, I have a little bit of a problem with your. I don't have a sister, and he's like, oh well, pretend it's your brother with like man tits or something. And I was like, that's awkward. But yeah, I think I'll have to go with the sister juice too, just basically for the same reason. My mom is definitely not a gamer, and she doesn't really get gaming all that much, so I get mad at her a lot quicker, and I have less patience with her than I would with siblings. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that one too. The next one is from a homeboy Isaac. Would you rather be paralyzed from the waist down, or perfectly healthy minus your man parts due to a tragic car wreck?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so and I was thinking about this when cause he messaged me and told me that he posted it. So if I'm paralyzed from the waist down, does that mean my dick don't work anyway, right?
I would, yes, it would definitely be like that, but you would want to walk. All right. So if it had to come to it where you couldn't use your junk,
Yeah, I can't use my junk either
you would want
way.
to walk. You would want to walk. And
Yes,
so just losing it all together would be so much better than
it being
losing the
there.
ability to walk.
Well, yeah, because then I like I said, either way, your shit don't work, so there's no point. You might as well just cut it off because there's no point in having it if it doesn't work. I
Oh,
mean,
you know what? I'd rather go get a prosthetic.
that's what I'm saying. Like girls ain't gotta complain about it's all whatever. Get a fucking big old 12-inch or something like that. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go with the healthy plus or healthy minus your man parts because yeah, it doesn't matter if I'm paralyzed from the waist down. My shit's not gonna work either way, so might as well just go with that one. The next one is from Mr. Robbie Cass. Would you rather live on a paradise island with your family, but you are the only inhabitants, and you will never have contact with other humans, or would you rather live in a city of your choice around the world, but be destined to die alone? Um,
Tough one.
yeah, I don't know, cause I get along with my family pretty well, but at the same time, God. But that's my only fear. Well, it's basically my biggest fear is to be alone. I hate being alone. Not necessarily since like if my mom's gone, I'm just chilling at the house by myself. I'm scared and I hate that. But just in the
Alone
general sense, I
forever.
hate being alone. Um, so yeah, I
I'd
guess
pick
I'd have,
family.
huh?
I'd pick family because I wouldn't be one to be alone either. So
Yeah. I think I have to go with the same one. I don't like the fact of being alone. Yeah, that's my biggest fear is just being alone. I hate that. It's not that like I get scared like I said with being home alone or anything. It's just for a sustained amount of time I get fucking annoyed and I get frustrated and I get mad. Even if I'm just sitting here playing, like if I was sitting here playing Skyrim for like 3 days, I'd get annoyed and get pissed off because I have to have human contact. It bugs me not to have human contact.
right.
So the next one comes from Double. Would you rather get a chance to live in any fictional world of your choosing, and be unable to leave the world, or bring anyone or anything with you to stay in, or live in the real world but the fictional world you could have chosen no longer exists, and whatever media like it had is gone now.
Okay, I think I understand the question, and I think think I can answer it in this way. I do that on a daily basis, nonetheless, but I'm always able to come back to my real life.
Yeah,
I mean, me playing games in general, I usually use it as a
an
outlet,
escape. Yeah, that's
an escape,
that.
and
I think that was the intention of gaming. For a lot of us who have issues at home and who have just issues in life in general, that is our way to get away. A lot of people use either gaming or they use music or something like that. That's just our way to escape.
right.
Um, but I do get the sense that it's different when you escape for a while or you live. Like if I was able to live in the Dragon Ball Z universe or whatever, I would only want that if I could be a Saiyan, because that would be no point if I wasn't. Like I'd just be a town person. That would suck. Uh, but I don't know. Um, but you could bring anyone or anything with you and stay in the world. So like if
But then you can't make them go into that world with you if they didn't want to. So you have to
yeah,
throw that in there too,
yeah,
because
yeah,
they might not want to do it.
that's true. But I guess you would just like more than likely you would pick that world. Like it would be a general consensus, like because it's like if I say I want to do Pokemon, I would find somebody who wanted to do Pokemon that I enjoyed spending a lot of time with, and I had no problem, I guess being stuck with them forever. Then we would go to that world, or we would optimize on which world we wanted to go to. So yeah, I think I'll have
My
to go with that one.
my only interjection here is, I would have to pick stay in the world and risk losing that game or all the connections to it, due to the fact that you have many favorite games. Normally, when you have one, you replace it with another.
Hmm.
You get bored of it. Is basically what I'm saying. Even
Yeah,
if I
I see that
went to that
for.
world, I would get bored if that was my life for the rest of my life.
But I think I don't know. Maybe in the sense that if you were to be pushed into that world or whatever, or you were to like be put in that world, you may not. It may be different. I don't know. It's a difficult question to ask because there's a lot of like, well, what if type of questions you
Right.
could do for
Absolutely.
this. But just for the sake of answering it, I'm gonna go with yeah. I definitely go into any fictional world and take somebody with me. That'd be amazing. Yeah, if I can't leave, I live the happy life of the fictional world that I enjoy.
Right.
The next one comes from Corporal Bruno. Would you rather live the next 10 years as a homeless person and win the lottery, or win the lottery and die after 10 years? I definitely, because I have experience being homeless, 10 years sucks, but I've lived it, in 3 or 4 months, and that wasn't fun. But, I want to live, not necessarily a long time, like, I don't want to live into my, like, 90s, because, I don't know, that just, once I'm that able to do things for myself, that bothers me. Um, but yeah, I definitely have to. I'd rather stay alive, not have a set time when I'm gonna die. That would suck.
Well, in case you won the lottery at 25 and you had 10 years from there, rather than maybe you would win it at 80, have 10 years from there. But it would all depend on the age of when you won.
Hmm.
But I would probably go the homeless route too, because you know what? Either you got to have that mentality, and then once you do get that money, you'll be a little bit softer on spending it, as
Yeah.
if
Well,
you had just won it and just spent it outright.
well, I agree that it should be like that, and a lot of people are like that. But at the same time, I know that there's a lot of people who would, if they had to experience that, not necessarily saying that they were gonna win it, like it was guaranteed that they were gonna win, but if it just happened to some homeless dude say he just plays the lottery every month and then just one time he hits it, you know. I don't necessarily think, just with human nature, especially as how it's been going, within the last 20 years, I don't know if that's necessarily true that, they would spend it wisely. I think they would want to deep down, but I definitely don't think that a lot of people would spend it wisely. Because I really don't have faith in like our Inhumans anymore. I really don't. Well, okay, I don't have faith in Americans. I would say that because I think a lot of Americans who were homeless, unless they, um, I don't really know how to go about that.
It's more or less, you get a little bit more of appreciation.
Hmm.
I do get where you're saying, where you have some of those people that end up going right back to where they were
Hmm.
when they got that money due to the fact that they didn't know how to spend it because they've probably never learned
Yeah.
how to do that from the beginning. So, it's a lot of aspects. And again, this is another question that can go in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And I think that's the intention there as well,
Yeah,
to
definitely.
broaden your mind a little bit. But that would be something to think about later on down the road because, I mean, you never know when it could happen to any of us.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true. Especially like I said, it's just especially how the world's going. Just how like a lot of the things in our, our especially here in the United States. And I'm not saying, we're perfect and I'm not saying we're necessarily shit, but a lot of things that, you hear on the news and it's just like it seems like each year stuff keeps going worse and going worse and going worse. Just like a downhill slide.
Go take a trip down to San Francisco to State Below you and have a
Oh.
good night there.
Oh yeah, well, when I was homeless, I did live in LA, which was terrible.
Oh
Definitely
yeah.
terrible. But I'm gonna save that for a whole nother. That's gonna be a whole nother video, which I'll do later down the road. So I'm not gonna get too much into that. But the next one comes from Dexter P 1000. This one, I told him to comment one, and he's a sick bastard. He said, "Would you rather masturbate in front of a kitten or a dog or a puppy?" And I was like, "Why?" I was like, "You are sick. Why the like? Why would this be your go-to thing?" Like, I was like, "All right,
Just to get your rocks off, I guess.
basically,
Um, I mean, you got to pick one or the other.
um,
To me, it would not matter. I mean, I don't
yeah,
feel that. I mean, yeah, the cat's probably gonna judge, but the cat does it does it itself. The dog at the same time does it itself too. He's probably just like, yeah, man, I'll hop in there.
I don't
Oh,
know. I
jeez.
just that's one that's like, it's you're screwed either way, basically.
Yeah, you're gonna get in trouble one way or
Yeah,
another. So
I don't know. I like dogs better, so I'll go with dogs. I'll go with the puppy.
maybe he's thinking of the playfulness.
I have
I'm
no
just gonna
idea.
stop it there. Cut.
All right, next one. Or what? You didn't answer. What's yours?
I said either or. It doesn't matter.
All right.
Either it's the same thing.
Yeah. Okay, so S-Man Sam, this one's terrible too. I know he looked this one up because this is one of the very popular ones that gets look or when you look up Would You Rather's, this one's definitely one that pops up at the top. Said, would you rather drink a cup of your mother's period blood or a cup of your father's sperm?
Oh my goodness. That's so
You
deep.
bastard. I like when I saw this, I was like, you fucking looked that up. I know you did, because I've seen that one before. Um, God.
This just took a turn for the worse.
Because yeah, it's the same thing, with the one above, with what Dexter said. Either way, you're screwed. That's fucking gross. Um, but I think it's fucking terrible.
I am going to have to decline on answering this question just for my sanity and my sake.
Okay, so I have no problem with answering this. Either way, it's disgusting, and I would never do this. Because that's just disgusting. But I think I'm gonna have to go with sperm, just for the fact, and not because that's fucking nasty. But a lot of girls do it, and they don't seem to have a problem with it. So I guess, oh well. You don't see a lot of chicks drinking like period blood. I think that's more nastier than sperm because a lot of girls drink sperm. So I don't know. It's fucking
It's
gross.
good way of putting it. All right.
Whatever. All right, find another lobby, Mac the Monster. Would you rather be a chick with a dick or a dude with a twat? Ah,
It's pretty much like we just stepped in to the XXX zone.
yeah, yeah. It's just
The
these two questions.
twisted world of
I
the
think
XXX.
I think the next three are good, not bad. Um,
It's quite all right. Well, you know what I've heard a lot of girls say?
hmm,
I want to have a dick for a day.
yeah, and a lot of dudes say
So,
they want to have tits because that'd just be amazing. You just play with them.
yeah, well, I find it that if I was to be a chick with dick, I would be just happy to play with my own tits.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to go with that one too, just because I don't know. I just think that.
I don't need to add an additional hole to my body. So
Yeah.
we'll go to the chick with a dick.
Yeah, I just think it'd be more fun to have tits, you know. I mean, I'm a heavy set dude. I'm not necessarily, I don't have big man tits, but I've got, a decent size where, it's uncomfortable, but I think if I had, just, pillow cushions for tits, that'd be amazing. You know, like it's the same thing with what you said, just how a lot of chicks wish they could have dick for a day. I think it's the
Exactly.
same thing, if I could have tits for a day and just I think
The
it'd be a
power
fucking
of
life.
tits.
Yeah, the power of tits, dude. Well, I don't think that the power of tits is the right thing. I think the power of pussy is the real thing. But I don't. Yeah, I think we're gonna stop there. We're gonna go with the chick with the dick. uh, Darwin Hurd says, please don't cancel this. This is one of my favorite things on your channel. And as you can tell, it's not canceled because a lot of people, supported me
They
on this one.
care. They care.
Yep. So he posted three would you rather's. I'll go for the first one. He says, would you rather kill your best friend and have to suck an old man or okay, so would you rather have to kill your best friend or have to suck an old man's dick for the rest of his life every day? I'll kill my best friend. Sorry.
Oh man, that's a backstabber, man.
I'm not sucking a dick for the rest of this dude's life. I'm sorry.
Well,
Sorry. I don't even know who I could classify like cuz
all
I'm
right, I'm
thinking
gonna spin it around here.
okay.
I'm gonna save my friend. I'm probably gonna take that old man probably for about a week and then probably slit his throat. So in the end, it would end that way.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I just I have a fear. I could not I could never
It's
I just couldn't do it.
you know what? You
I
know
don't
what?
have it in me.
Sometimes a friendship it it just overpowers
I'm
that
sorry,
trust
Beta, but you have
factor.
to die.
Ah,
Yeah,
see?
I know he's gonna watch this because he commented on this one, and I'm gonna tell him to watch it. I'm sorry, dude. You gotta die. I'm sorry.
Ah,
I'm
the truth
sorry.
comes out now.
Hey, I think he would do
This
the
just
same
become
damn thing.
Dateline.
I think he would do the same. Okay, Beta, I want you to comment on this video and tell me what you would do in this situation, just out of curiosity. So the next one he put is: would you rather have been happy, disease-free, or poor, but poor, or would you rather have been a happy, disease-free, but poor peasant during the 1700s, or a rich noble who was sad and or lonely and sad? Um,
I'm gonna go with the greed in me, and I would rather be rich at that point.
uh, yeah, I'm gonna go with the exact opposite just because of what I said earlier. My biggest fear is being alone. I
Right.
hate being alone, so yeah, I'm definitely have to go. I'm already poor. I know it's a lot different from the 1700s where it is from today. But I think had I been in that time, I think I would have, I think I would have been fine. Being poor, just because I've grown up poor in this age, I think I probably would have been able to survive the same thing. Had I been raised in that situation. Had I, like, say if there was a time machine to take me back to be poor then, I don't think I would survive.
Right.
But, had I been born into that, I think I would have been fine. So the next one from him, the last one that he put, Darwin Hurd, is: would you rather have a donkey that can gallop at the speed of light or a car that can travel the speed of a human walking but is the most modern car ever built? I'd rather have a fucking donkey, dude.
Yeah, I'd rather have a donkey as well.
Like, yeah, that'd be badass.
I'd dress it up in armor.
Hell yeah, dude. Because everybody would want your... No. Because then everybody would want your donkey.
No, they'd want my ass.
Well then, that took a very awkward turn. But yeah.
Well, jackass,
Yeah, well,
donkey.
yeah. Actually, the first day that I was telling you about the when school got canceled, that's what I did all day. Is I watched all the Jackass movies. I watched the first one. I watched number two. I watched 2.5. I watched three, and I watched 3.5.
Oh my god, I saw the 3D one in theaters. It
Oh
was
yeah,
horrible.
it was terrible.
A
There's a lot of bad
lot of
things.
shit.
That's a
A
lot of
lot
bad
of shit.
things. Uh, Find another lobby. Mac the Monster said, I agree with the would you rather be a slave. To at least you have a chance to live, but either way you're screwed. Good answer. By the way, I would take $40 a video. Ha, Miley, Miley or Justin? None. And then the last one we have is Beta. Would you rather permanently tattoo a pound sign hashtag for the unlearned on your forehead or publicly twerk for the mayor of your current town?
Well, the tattoos forever and me publicly twerking probably will only last on YouTube for about 10 years. So I'll go with the mayor
Yeah,
twerking.
yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that one too. I mean, I do use hashtags just because the fact that it benefits us as YouTubers, because
Right.
yeah, it benefits us as YouTubers. That's the only reason I do that. Just because it's become a point where if you don't use it, it hurts you more than it helps you. So, but as I tell a lot of my friends, like if I'm messaging stuff people and stuff like that, like if they're close friends of mine, I get mad when they put LOL and shit like that because I feel like that, like people using shorthand, unless they have to because of time constraints and stuff like that. I think it just makes us, especially my generation, it makes us look stupid. Makes us like, for as he said, hashtag for the unlearned. Um, that really bothers me. That a lot of people, like, if you ever message me or anything like that, unless I'm like really busy, I will spell out everything. I suck at spelling, but I will fucking Google how to spell a word just because I hate the fact that at least my generation, that's all that they do is shorthand everything. Like, are you really serious that you can't fucking like type out what's it called? Seriously, it's like SRRLSY or some shit. I'm like, are you serious? Like, what?
No, they're completely serious. They're
But
totally serious. But I understand what you're saying because I mean, this generation that's been growing up with uh, smartphones and everything have gotten to the point where it's
it's not making
common.
us smart. It's making us fucking stupid.
Well, they're the phone's smart, not
Yeah,
the user.
yeah, and I'm definitely I'm gonna stop that there for my side, just because I'm gonna get very frustrated, and that will be a video that I'll probably do again sometime down the road, just because that's a very
Rant
very
series.
yeah, it's definitely a very not necessarily sensitive, but a very I have a very big opinion on that subject. So that, yeah, definitely that'll be, actually I should probably write that down. That'll be definitely something that I'll talk about in the future. But that's going to be it for this episode of the Would You Rather. I know this one's kind of long, but there was a lot more questions this week, and of course, since I'm doing it with two people, we're both giving the answers. Tell me if you guys want to do how I first started doing it, where he answers one, I answer one, and then we just kind of go back and forth until we're done, or do you want us? Do you have no problem with it being longer and we both answering the Would You Rather depending on how much is there? Because if you have no problem with the length, then I'll just keep doing it the way I'm doing it. But yeah, don't forget to put your would you rather's in the comment section down below. Since we were able to, I think, get 12 or 13 this episode, let's see if we can get 15 for next episode. I will be posting it on Twitter, I will be posting it on Google Plus and on Facebook, tweeting it out to people and stuff like that, so you guys have a week. Uh, because this one's of course going up on Monday instead of Sunday because of our time schedules weren't very, and plus I kind of jumped on him last minute. Hey, dude, you want to do this with me? I should have given
It's
him a
all
little
good.
bit more time, but yeah. So don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it on Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus if you use that shitty service, and of course subscribe for more content. And on 553, all of his links will be in the description. I'm going to start doing that with every episode, putting everybody, who co-anchors or co-hosts or whatever you want to call it with me. I'll put their information down in the description. Most of them are probably going to be YouTubers, except for, I think the only one who isn't a YouTuber is Beta. But yeah, definitely go check out his content and, everybody in the future's content. So yeah,
Stay awesome.
peace!